go.
Go. Here we go. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Scevoli X Wars show, guys. You know, we transformed into the Star Wars, I can't even speak, the Scevoli X Wars show instead of the Scevoli Tano show. But, you know, I'm always Scevoli Tano. You know, Ahsoka Tano will always be part of me. But this show is going to go worldwide, right? And I have one of my favorite voice actors on today. She kills it every time she's on the voice acting screen. You know, I gotta give it to her. She voices. So if you guys watch The Fairly Odd Parents back in the day, like I did as a kid, you know, Cosmo, Wanda, Timmy Turner, you know, and now years later, you know, they're back. Not all of them, but we're back. With Cosmo and Wanda's new adventure with a new little girl, Hazel Wells, that is so adorable, that is so cute. I just want to send her off to Canada. That's how cute she is. You know? That's how cute she is. And her journey with the Fairly Odd Parents, and I think it was an awesome journey. I loved every episode. I felt like every episode, it was like a whole, like, I don't know, it was like a whole story. Like it gave the story of what she was going through on like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But I loved it. So we have the voice and creator of one of the creators of yes, the Fairly Odd Parents, A New Wish, Ashleigh Hairston. Wasn't that a great intro? I tried my best.
It's fantastic. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Just like this show is not scripted. So this show, I just go whatever I say out of my mouth.
I love it. I was waiting for you to say Ashleigh Hairston.
You know, I was going to say
we had
that.
A whole conversation about it before. I kind of want to go by Ashleigh Hairston.
Yeah, that sounds like you're like James Bond or something. Like,
I know, Ashleigh.
Like
Ashleigh.
Hey, now you're gonna start using that.
Ashleigh. Ashleigh.
You're gonna definitely start using that.
Yeah, I should.
You should. I would.
Would it be ASHLA or ASHLUH?
Oh, see, that's where the spiciness comes in.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can spell which way you want. You know, it's not copywritten by me. Like you can have it.
Yeah. It's Ashleigh. Ashleigh Hairston. Ashleigh, we should say Ashleigh Crystal Hairston. So that's clear too, because some people are like, oh, is it Ashleigh Crystal or is it Ashleigh Crystal Hairston? It's Ashleigh Hairston. Who's who? You know? And it's Ashleigh Crystal is my middle name, Hairston.
We love that.
Yeah.
I was going to say Crystal, but then you didn't have it in your little name thing. And I was like, all right, she won't even I don't think.
Oh, I did it. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know was I supposed to change it?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay.
You're good. So, Ashleigh, you're one of, like I said before the show, you're one of my favorite voice actors. I love to hear your voice when you do Babs Bunny, you know, on the Looney Tunes. Yeah. Like we were talking earlier that as a kid, like I used to watch all the Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, even when they were babies. I forgot what it's called. I don't know if it's called Baby Tunes, but I used to stay home from school. Yeah, I think it's like they were like babies. And
baby
you have,
like,
baby ears. If that's even a word. I used to stay home from school, like fake my sickness. and I used to like watch that. Like I think it was on Cartoon Network. It was like maybe 10 or 11 or maybe even 12 o'clock in the afternoon here because I'm in the East Coast.
Yeah.
And it used to be the best. I used to watch them. It used to be so cute. Their little ball and stuff like that. They were so cute.
Yes.
So to see Babs Bunny, you know, coming on the Looney Tunes, and then you have like Bugs and stuff like that, and it's amazing. You did great work on that show.
Thank you so much. That was one of my proudest moments, learning that I booked that show. So it's like a dream come true. That was also a show that I watched growing up, Tiny Toons, and so to hear that I was now a part of the process, a part of the legacy, a part of bringing that show back for new kids is like, it was like a, unforgettable feeling and moment in time in life. I hope we can keep recording that. I hope it comes back, It was a great show. Aaron Gibson did a wonderful job with it, doing the reboot. And so, yeah, I would love to keep playing Babs Bunny forever.
I
Yeah.
know, and then to have all like maybe Bugs back in Daffy, are they now? I want to ask you, are they their kids? Or
Well,
no?
yes.
It's a whole
So
new.
Bugs and Daffy, those are all the Looney Tunes. So
Yes.
I was on Tiny Toons, which was
Yeah.
Buster and Babs, obviously, Bunny, and then Plucky Duck, and Hampton the pig. Yeah, so those were the babies. And they're not their kids; they're just sort of
Oh, okay.
like counterparts.
Because I saw like someone post that when I watched the show when it first aired.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first watched it, there was a comment that said, "Oh, are these the kids?" I was like, "Well, I don't know because that was never really confirmed. Like that was never like Bugs never really had a baby. It was just him and Elmer Fudd,
Yeah.
So you never really saw that. Only in like Space Jam, maybe with Lola Bunny.
Right.
And then that's it. But
Mhm.
I was like, that is such a cute show, and I hope they keep making it. I know it's only one season. It's on HBO Max, right?
HBO Max, yeah.
You guys can watch that now. Like I watched it, I binged it, just like I did the next show we're gonna talk about. I binged it. I had to buy it.
Yeah.
I had to buy it on Amazon because I wasn't home to watch it.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
I know.
I haven't watched all the episodes myself. I didn't watch it until I went home for the holidays last year, and I was like, we gotta watch something. I'm like, oh, why don't we watch my shows? So I'm like forcing my family to sit down and watch. My mom
like sit down as we're eating turkey dinner. Eat it. I need you to eat this turkey dinner, and I want you to sit next to me. Watch me voice this character right now with HAZEL and Wanda.
And like, isn't it so great? Oh, that actress, she's doing such a great job, isn't she? Wouldn't it be cool to know her, meet her, be family members with her?
I would love that. Now, when like you said, you went home for the holidays. Do you tell your family that you're voicing this character, or you just like put it on and be like, okay, this is a new show I'm watching, and or you just tell them like I'm voicing.
No, I make a whole big deal of it, and they are probably so annoyed. I have 17 nieces and nephews, by the way.
God.
So, but it all ranges in age. Like the youngest is just turned 1 year old, and the oldest is actually 10 days older than me. So, and I have like the one who's 1 year old is my great nephew. So my nieces and nephews are now having kids, but so I'm always constantly telling everyone all my updates and what I'm doing, because I'm the only one out here. I'm the youngest of 5. All my family's either back home in Seattle or in Washington, D.C. And so we are all on a family group chat. So anytime I have something new going on, I immediately post it in the group chat. I'm like, guys, the show's premiering tomorrow. Everybody turn in, set your DVRs, turn your TV on. We're all everybody needs to be watching. We have so many family members. If we all watch, we can get good ratings. Like, and so they're mostly, I'm sure they just see it and then heart it and then go on about their day.
And then watch it later when they get home.
Exactly. One time I was in DC visiting my sister, and my niece Autumn, who's like 10 or 11 now, I was showing her the clip of the season 2, like our second half of the season premiering, back in July when it did. And she was watching the clip and she was like, oh, wow, looks like they gave you a lot of lines in this one. And I was like, what do you mean? I have all the lines. I'm the main character. Do you not know that? Do you not know that I helped create this show?
That's adorable. She probably was like,
she's probably a lot of lines in this one.
Yeah.
I'm like, in this one, I'm in all the episodes.
You're the main character. We're Cosmo and Wanda.
I don't think she knows that I'm the main character. Because they're so used to like in other things, like if it was just like a guest role or something, or because I used to do acting too, like live action TV, which I still do and want to do and am still pursuing. But they're used to like seeing a glimpse of me, like passing by with one line, so delivering my 1 to 2 lines and then never appearing again in the episode. So I think, they haven't really put together that I've like grown.
Grown.
You know?
But I love, like you said, live action. I like live action. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I like it, not love it. But
Yeah.
animation is like,
Where it's at.
it's where it's at for me. I
Mhm.
love everything animation.
Mhm.
So when they brought, now I want to take the tide here to the Fairly Odd Parents: A New Wish. When they brought it back,
Yeah.
I was a little skeptical. You know, I got to tell you. You know, I have to say
Sure.
it. And
Everybody was.
I was like, what are they gonna do? Like, where's Timmy? Where's Crocker? Where's Vicky? Where's all these main characters that you see in the original?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like a whole new animation. You know, it's upgraded animation from what we had. Nickelodeon. But I really loved it. Like, I'm being honest. I would actually tell you if I didn't like it.
Okay.
I loved it so much. It really,
I'm thankful for that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Like, it didn't, I don't want to say it paid homage to the original, but it felt like it just jumped right back into it. I could say that. Like, I didn't really miss a beat. It really was like I was watching it like 10 years ago when I was 15, 14 years old.
Yeah.
It was incredible. So you are incredible for bringing it back, for helping create it.
Yes,
now, my first question, I know we've just been rambling on, but my first question is, how did you get this? Like, how did you start this Fairly Odd Parents: A New Wish? Did you always want to bring it back, or did you, like, how did you create it?
Not at all. I didn't grow up watching Fairly Odd Parents. I was very familiar with the show, and I knew of it, and I knew the characters, and I loved the episodes that I did watch. I was like a fan of just the overall franchise, you know, and the theme song I loved, you know, like everybody, it's iconic, you know. So yeah, I was a fan and of the show. But like I said, I was a little bit older, so I was, you know, past the time when it was like airing. But I was working in animation, and I was at the time a head writer on Jessica's Big Little World at Cartoon Network, which is a spinoff of a show that I was previously a writer and a voice actor on called Craig of the Creek. And so I was working on Jessica's Big Little World. And do you hear a echo? Oh, sorry.
No, you're good, I think.
There was an echo for a second. You can just edit that, slice it together. Anyway, so I was working at Cartoon Network on Jessica's Big Little World as a story editor, head writer. And all throughout the pandemic, I had been going to, you know, Nickelodeon for brainstorms and participating in these brainstorms that they have. So anytime they have a new show or they have something in development, they'll invite different writers or, you know, people that they're fans of, they know their work, to come in and sort of just generate ideas, sit around for, you know, an hour or two and come up with pitches, not even pitches really, just ideas, just brainstorm, talk about the show. What do we like about it? What do we like about the characters? What do we, you know, envision if there's visual material, look through that and kind of just explore it and see where else we can take it. And so I had participated in a few brainstorms at Nickelodeon, and I had also met with Claudia Spinelli, who was a VP of programming, I think is her title. But I had met with her just a regular general meeting where you kind of talk back and forth with each other and you tell them about yourself. And she knew that I was, you know, I had a background in sketch comedy and a background in improv and a background in writing and performing characters. And so she was like, you know, a big fan of that. And she knew that I was really big into physical comedy as well. So she would bring me back for, you know, these different brainstorms. And then there was another time she arranged a meeting where I got to just like talk to the SpongeBob SquarePants writers and just like ask them any questions. And she was like, "You're a big physical comedy person. Like, you know, this could be a fun conversation you all could have about your process and approach to writing and characters and all of that." And so I'm forever grateful to Claudia for those experiences that I would not have, you know, initially had. But during pandemic, I think all of those, you know, meetings sort of led, helped me build a rapport at Nickelodeon. So when they had this show, Fairly Odd Parents, they already knew that they wanted to bring it back. They had held a couple brainstorms that I was not a part of. And then they had selected, a writer, Lindsay Kaitai,
Yes.
from that brainstorm. She did the brainstorm and she didn't realize it was secretly an interview. And so when they told her after, they were like, "So you got the job?" And she was like, "What job?"
I didn't sign up for a job. I didn't do that. Not
You didn't sign up. What are you talking about? And so she got the job, and then they were like, "Okay, we want to bring on another." She was actually the one to be like, she wants to, create this with someone. She wanted a writing partner. And especially since, they had established they wanted this kid to be a person of color. And so shout out to Lindsay. I would not have been here if it were not for her, because she's the one who pitched my name to them. And she and I had actually worked on a show called Wolf Boy and the Everything Factory together earlier in the pandemic. We were both writers for that show, and so we knew each other from that. We both also have a background at UCB Theater, where we both performed and took classes and all of that. So we both had a background in sketch comedy and characters and improv. And so she thought of me for this role. And she was like, "Oh, and she's also a voice actor." And so they were like, "Oh yeah, we know Ashleigh. We should definitely reach out to her." And so they did. And they, reached out to my manager, and they were like, "We have a potential opportunity for Ashleigh if she's interested. This would, involve being a co-executive producer, a co-story editor, and, she can potentially voice the lead role as well." And I was like, "What?"
3 jobs in one? That's hard.
I was like, "Are they sure? Me, me, are they sure about that?" Because, my journey has been like pretty non-traditional in that, like I said before, I don't know if we were recording yet, but I have an acting background. That was my dream. When I moved to Los Angeles, I moved here in 2012 to be an actor, live action TV actor. And so pivoting even into writing for animation was not a part of the plan at all. Neither was voice acting, really. So I would perform on stage, and I'd be, doing shows in comedy theaters, and people would be like, "Oh, do you do voiceovers?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." And they're like, "Well, you should." And I'm like, "Well, what does that entail exactly?" So that was just not a part of the plan. So when they came to me and they were like, "You could do all these things," and I was like, "Is that even allowed?" And they were like, "Yes, people do it all the time," And so, and then I also didn't want to leave Craig of the Creek and Jessica's Big Little World, because that family is who I'd been with for my entire animation career. I started writing in animation in like late 2019. I officially got my first staff writing job in 2020. So most of my career in animation has been over the course of pandemic, from 2020
Oh, wow.
to 2020 now. So a lot has happened, obviously, since then. In 2020, I ended up selling my own preschool animated show to Netflix. So I was in development there for like 2 years. I wrote on Wolf Boy and the Everything Factory, 3 episodes for that. Craig of the Creek got greenlit for a season 5. We got greenlit for a sequel spinoff show. We got greenlit for a prequel movie. So I worked on all of those projects throughout pandemic. And so, yeah, Craig of the Creek, that was like my family, and I didn't want to leave. But then on the other hand, I was like, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. I think I gotta take it. And I'm so glad I did.
Yes.
Right?
I'm so glad you did.
What would you do in that situation?
I would take all those 3 positions that you just. I would have. I think, like I always wanted to be a voice actor. I love, because I fell in love with animation. You know, I'm a Star Wars guru and X-Men and stuff like that.
Nice.
So I love the Ahsoka Tano, and Ahsoka
Yeah.
Tano means everything for me, that character.
Oh.
So, and I watched like her in the series like Clone Wars and Rebels. I was like, I just want to be that. You know, I want to be like a character.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm choking.
Bless you.
A character that people can relate to. You know, people that like a character that can help you. You know, like Ahsoka's helped me through life. You know, she'll be all. No one can top like her in my like animation eyes. Well, I have animation favorites like Hazel Wells is one of my favorites. You know, but yeah, like animation, I feel like is my home. And people ask me all the time, like Chris, like live action, like that's the best. Like you're seeing them live action, like that's the like an actress is playing like Ahsoka, like Rosario Dawson or something. And I'm like, yeah, she does a great job. I'm not like, bashing her work, but it's just not my Ahsoka. You know, it's just like if Hazel Wells went like live action and you're not playing her, like what? Like, are you serious? Like you gotta have it. It's the voice. It's like the voice. It's like you can see like she's having fun with it and stuff like that. Like some people take the job and be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna be Hazel Wells. I didn't watch the show and stuff like that. And some people do that. Some live action, like when it goes live action, they don't watch the show or they don't watch like or they don't read the comics or they don't do this, And I'm like, you gotta do your homework. Like you can't be doing that. Like, you gotta go read the comics, people. You gotta go read the animations. You gotta do all that to get to know the character. So when you play the character, okay, how am I gonna play this character? How am I gonna do the homework? So
yeah, that's great. I love that because that's the first thing I did when I got the job. I was like, okay, I better watch as much Fairly Odd Parents as I can, like the original. So I watched like probably seasons 1 through 5 just to like make sure I have, you know, it in my system. And then I skipped to season 10 or like the last season. And I was like, what's going on now? You know, I was like, okay, totally different show, but that's fine. And so, and then luckily, you know, Hazel Wells was a new character, a new original character, because I can't stand seeing, oh, they just made Timmy black. And I'm like, no, they didn't make Timmy black. This is a different character. This is a different original character that we created. And I like to take pride in, like, you know, Lindsay and I really thought a lot about Hazel and who she is, you know, what makes her tick, what kinds of things she likes, what are her hobbies, what are her interests, what's her favorite music, you know, what's her insecurities, like what makes her scared, what makes her nervous, how does she feel around parents, how does she feel around her her friends, you know, how does she feel when her brother goes off to college. And you know, we both were pulling from our own personal experiences to create this character. So she is a very real, actualized, you know, complex character that I'm very proud of and love and protect with my life. You know, she's just such a sweetheart. She's adorable. There were so many times when we were like watching, you know, edits of episodes and stuff, and I'd be like, why is she so cute? Ew, what is happening? Like her little hands, it'll just be like her little feet or her little hand like balled up, and like her little expressions where she's like processing information. I'm like, that is the cutest little nugget.
She is
She created a monster.
So cute. She is adorable. And I think like even like I think around that time when I think that's the same age as Timmy Turner. Like that's the same age. I think how old is Hazel? Maybe like 10. So it's like she's growing up, she's becoming a preteen, you know, in her teenage years, becoming like probably going to middle school at this point. I think almost middle school, 6th grade maybe. And it's so I love the story that you're telling because it's like people can connect to these stories that you have. And I feel like some of those episodes that you have, I was like, well, I can connect to that. You know, I could be in Hazel's shoes, you know, when the Dimmadome is so mean to her and she's trying to be so nice to him.
I know.
And he's like, yeah, I just don't like you. Like, I
Yeah.
just can't stand you.
Ew. Yeah. So let me ask you a question. Are you a Devzel, hashtag Devzel, Dev Hazel shipper or whatever I keep seeing online?
I'm, you know, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I think Hazel deserves better than him. You know, Hazel deserves another boy that will care for her, love her, not treat her like garbage, you know, and put
Will
her
get her
down.
name right.
Yeah, and like not call Foop to like destroy the world, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
So
Dev
I'm not.
needs to work on himself before he approaches a queen like Hazel.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So, and a queen like you too, because you're playing her. So, like, come
Yeah.
on, girl. But yeah, I
Wait a
saw that
second, I
too.
need to take my own advice.
Yeah, but I saw that. Like when you said that, I really didn't. I heard about that, and I was
Yeah.
like, people are really shipping them. I was like, that doesn't even make no sense. She's so like nice, genuine, like cares. Like when she does something wrong, like you can see it on her
Yeah.
expressions and the
Yeah.
voice. It's like, well, I did mess up, but I'm
Yeah.
sorry for that. And then you move on from that. And
Yeah.
like I feel like the end of season one, the Dimmadome really didn't care. I feel like he's not remorseful for what he did. I think he'll move on from it,
Yeah.
you know. And you can also connect to his story too because of his father.
I
Like
know.
people didn't really have, like, I didn't have a father growing up, and his
Yeah.
father's always busy, and like
Exactly.
I can sympathize with him, but I'm like, bro, like you can't be a jerk, like you can't, like,
Listen,
because of your dad, you know.
Chris, I'm going to give you an exclusive bit of information. This is
Oh,
woo, 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 exclusive. So around the time we were, coming up with this character of Dale Dimmadome, Dev's father, um, you know, that was around the same time that Kanye West was running around wearing these giant, ridiculous boots. I don't know if you remember.
the red boots, right? It was their boots.
They're like they weren't Uggs. They were like these giant leather black like mud boots,
Oh,
basically. And so I saw this picture online of Kanye and his son, his adorable son, Saint West. And you can like find it. You can look it up. It's them sitting sideline at a, front row at a basketball game. Courtside, that's the word. They're sitting courtside at a basketball game and they're matching and they look exactly alike. And Saint is just so innocent and adorable. And he's literally dressed exactly like his father. And that was so inspirational to me for the dynamic between between Dale and Dev. It's like, you have this small child who, doesn't know any better. He's learning, he's growing for himself, but he also only has his dad to look up to. So this is all he knows, and that is one of the reasons why, I do sympathize with or empathize with Dev is because, he can't control the way he acts, he learns by, imitating his father's actions and words and, behaviors and all of that. And so I hope that characters can empathize with Dev, even as mean as he is. He can't help it, but he does have to learn it for himself once he starts to grow and get older. He does have to figure it out. And I'm glad that Hazel's there to offer him support, and emotional support and be a friend to him. Because, yeah, when you're that young, you don't really have the language to communicate exactly, all the time your behavior and how you're feeling. And so Hazel's such a, she's such a, intuitive, emotionally aware kid. And I think she sees that in Dev and she sees that he can be better and he does have potential to be a great friend and a good kid. So yeah, that's a little tidbit of information is that I like want you to see that picture because it's so, like kind of captures the dynamic of Dale and Dev. it for
I'm
me.
gonna go find it now. After the show, I'm
Gotta
gonna go look
find
it up.
it, yeah. Well, also too, we were like trying to think. We were like, okay, so the Dimidomes, like Doug Dimmadome, he has his hat. He has his big giant hat everybody loves. What are we gonna give Dale? We can't give him a hat because that's like the same, you know. So we did boots. So he's like obsessed with these ridiculous, oversized boots that are just like his baby, his precious baby. It's not Dev. He's, you know, that's his baby. It's his boots.
And
And
like you
that
can,
came from, yeah, that sort of inspired that.
and as you're watching it, you can actually like I was going through when I was watching Dale and Dev on the screen, like it felt like he was like you just took him like from Kanye's wardrobe and you put it on him because it looked like some of the outfits I was like, boy,
Flashy, yeah.
like they're very like flat, like you could see it and
Mhm.
stylish, and I'm like, there's
Yeah.
like Kanye West in this, but I was like, nah, I don't think they pulled from that, and now they did.
Well, yeah, there's a little bit of an inspiration.
That's
Not
cool,
the
but
inspiration, but just, you know, in the zeitgeist, yeah.
but yeah, that's awesome. I can definitely relate to his story. But it's still not right what he did, but it's okay. We'll forgive him. We'll forgive him.
Maybe.
But becoming Hazel Wells, you know, writing her stories. I know they're inspirations from your life, and also the other creators' lives. But how is it now? You have Fairly Odd Parents. You know, did you ever dream one day that you would be a character that's like gonna be iconic? Hazel's gonna be iconic, just so you know, just like you.
Oh.
With all the Fairly Odd Parents, you know, and from the original, like going into a whole new realm of awesomeness. How was it? How did it feel to bring back like Crocker, Vicky, who else? I totally forget. The Anti-Fairies. And how was that? How was that? Did you guys think about that? Or did you guys be like, you know what, we could throw him in an episode, or we can give him his little spark?
I'm trying to think of what the appropriate answer for this is. I'll just give you the honest answer. The honest answer is that, like, well, for me personally, I, coming from Tiny Toons, you know, I saw a lot of the discourse online about, you know, the change of making Buster and Babs siblings now as opposed to, you know, potential love interests. And people were, you know, very upset about that. They had a lot of opinions and a lot of people really could not get past that. And so for me coming in, I, you know, wanted to honor the original series, you know, and bring back some of the original characters that were there and, you know, keep them intact for the fans. However, that being said, Lindsay and I really wanted to have a fresh approach. We wanted this to be Hazel's show. You know, we knew we had to introduce this character and spend time introducing this character into the series and to the millions of fans out there that this show has, you know. And so we were like, and also because the show had gone on for so long and people were so, you know, there's a lot of discourse about where that, you know, Fairly Odd Parents, the original, ended up. People were just like, you know, not really feeling it. So we wanted to really start fresh. And so our goal, you know, really was to almost start brand new.
Yeah.
You know, of course we'd have Cosmo and Wanda, but it was like, oh yeah, who's our Crocker? Who's our Vicky? Who's our blah, blah, blah. And then as we got into the writing process, you know, and we started to do testing and all of that stuff, you know, people don't realize also that this is a collaborative, you know, job, you know, so you have to work with your executives, your network executives, and, you know, and then Netflix as well. We were working with Netflix, so they have notes as well, and they have to be mindful of their audience. And, you know, when they put it on their platform, like they have to worry about all that kind of stuff. So, you know, you're getting notes from all over the place, basically. And as a creator, you're having to make everybody happy, or at least consider it. So yeah, just we started to get notes about, you know, bringing back old characters, or some of our favorite characters from the original, like Crocker and Vicky, and they were kind of concerned that the audience, they'd lose some of the audience if they didn't have those characters in this
Oh
iteration.
no, I would have never lost. No worry, they didn't have to be in it.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen some stuff online that I'm like, oh yeah, thank God we put it. People are really attached to those
To the
characters and
characters.
love them. Yeah. So I respect that, and so I'm glad we were able to bring a lot of the original voice actors, Carlos
Oh,
Alazraqui,
he's awesome.
and Gray Delisle, like,
Yeah.
they just came in and snapped right back into it. We found ways to utilize those original voices and make space. Like Crocker, or not Crocker, Carlos is now the voice of Mr. Guzman, Hazel's teacher. But then we were able to also bring him back in an episode for Crocker. And then, Vicky was like we got to have Vicky, but how can we tie her into this new, story? So Wilder Simmons did a wonderful job. She's one of our writers, bringing Vicky back into the birthday take back episode, which turned out really well. So cool. Such a fun episode. And Gray just kills it. We really wanted to bring back more characters, like, Chip Skylark. We wanted to bring back Wandissimo. But then there's this other thing called budget. And, a lot of time with that, we had a list of like stunt actors, like voice actors that we wanted to bring in too to voice fun stuff. And we had to stay within a budget. And so unfortunately, there were a lot of things we could not do because we couldn't afford it.
Hey, that's honest.
We tried. Yeah.
They tried, guys. They tried.
We did try.
But like Mr. Guzman is like a secret fave character in that show.
He's so funny.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's a good, and Carlos does a great job doing it too.
No, so good. And I got to meet him at the wrap party, so that was really fun. Yeah, working with the original cast was like so exciting. Like, we were mostly remote for the entire time. Yeah, so we never really went into the studio until like towards the end of recording. But yeah, I got to obviously sit in on all the records. So watching, Suzanne and Darren do Cosmo and Wanda was just like an incredible treat. I have so many videos on my phone of like secretly recorded, because I'm like, I have to remember this moment. This is crazy. I'm sitting here giving notes to Darren and Suzanne, like Cosmo and Wanda. What? That's crazy.
And they're probably the sweetest people.
Oh, they're so funny, so down to earth. Suzanne's just like sitting in her closet, in her house, in her bedroom. Like, she's got fur on the wall. Like, it's all designed. And Darren's like got a fan going. Like, it's just, they're down to earth, normal, so fun, so gracious. They didn't even know they were coming back for this, by the way.
Oh,
like,
wow.
They didn't know that a new Fairly Odd Parents was in the works. So when they came on for our first record, they were like, "What is this?" We're like,
and they're like, Wanda.
Yeah, Cosmo and Wanda are back, baby.
They are. I'm so happy. I really am. Any word on season 2? I don't know if you could tell us.
Yeah, we're gonna. Oh, no, sorry. Sorry. Oh, maybe that's a sign. No, I thought you were saying for Netflix. It's going to be going to Netflix this fall. Don't have a date yet, but you can, get excited for that. We have not heard about a season 2.
Okay.
So, still waiting.
We need it. I'm gonna hold picket signs up at the Nickelodeon studios and be like, bring back Fairly Odd Parents.
Keep the story going.
I know it was such a good season finale. Like, it ended, and I was like, you could do so much more. Like, in a season 2 with more characters and more Hazel as Hazel grows up. As she grows up. So it's gonna be fun. I think you will be back. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm hoping that you'll be back for season 2, because I think season 1 I saw nothing but great like reviews and people liking it. So I was like, and especially with Cosmo and Wanda, those are the iconic voices that we all love.
Yeah, I know. They're so great. Love it.
So it was good to see. I love watching the show. I had to buy on Amazon Prime, but it's okay. I'll get over it. But now I asked Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones was on.
Mr. Jones.
Jones, because I couldn't say his name. I said
I
his
love
name.
your accent, by the way. Are you from Long Island?
No, I'm Italian.
Italian.
Yes.
Oh,
So that's why, like, I emphasize with, like, if I say dog.
Yes.
Yeah. Ball. You know,
Ball.
stuff like that.
Ball. I love it.
Yes, but I asked Mr. Jones this question. But you can answer. You don't have to answer. You can say skip. So I was reading on like line because you find things online.
Yes.
That like there was I don't want to say fat. I'll say chubby. A little chubby guy, a little chubby character in The Fairly Odd Parents and a Wish that looked like Timmy Turner. Now, was that Timmy Turner?
Which one? Did he have a microphone?
No, I think he was like it was the bus driver. I think it was the bus driver.
No, it's not Timmy Turner.
Oh, okay, good.
It just looks like Timmy.
Yes, it does. So I was like, are we in like a multiverse here? I was like, what are they cooking up here? You know, you never know. She can't tell me.
I don't know what we're cooking up. We're just throwing stuff in.
And I love that.
Though it's not Timmy. We just really liked that design.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like that's what like back then, like you would have saw on The Fairly Odd Parents, that kind of character, like on a bus, you know. So it was good to see. But I had to ask that question to you too, because I was like, I was gonna ask everybody that question. You know?
I've seen that question floating around online as well. There's a lot of chatter about whether that was, or confusion really, about whether that was Timmy. He appears multiple times. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yes, he does.
In different jobs throughout the city. I think he's a pizza delivery person one time.
I think he's a janitor.
Janitor, pizza, he's a janitor once. He's a pizza delivery person, a bus driver.
You just love them so much.
So many jobs.
You love them so much. You got to throw them in there.
Yeah.
It was great. It was good to see. But I was like, let me ask Ashleigh this question. Let's see if she could. I don't think it was him, because it was like, no way, it can't be him.
Yeah.
I think he's like living his best life somewhere else. Yeah. But I was like,
what do you think about bringing Timmy back? Just curious.
You know, I would love to see Timmy and Hazel back to back, like an action one. I think I would love.
Older, you know.
Yeah, he's older now. He is older. He would be probably, what can I say, 30s? Can I say 30s being, right? Probably, yeah. Like, I don't know what age was it when
he's a little bit old. If he's 10 when Poof was a baby. Yeah,
so maybe, and Hazel's 10 now, so we could say like 30. Maybe 30 we could say. Yeah. Maybe 25, 30. I would love to see. I thought he was going to come back in the finale. Like to see, like maybe he'll help out Hazel. She's trapped, and like how does she get out? Maybe I was like, but then you did it another way. I was like, okay, I like that way too. But I would love to see them back on. I would like to see him back for an episode, maybe. You know, maybe a longer episode, maybe a half-hour episode, maybe like what you do with like the Loud House, maybe a 45-minute episode. You know, like like that. Like I feel like he could come back in that
would be way. So fun.
And help maybe Hazel out with some stuff, like with maybe fairy.
I got another exclusive for you.
Oh.
Exclusive. Originally, at the very beginning of all of this, there was talks of a movie.
Oh, I would have seen that. I would love that too.
Yeah, so we signed on, Lindsay and I signed on thinking we were going to be writing a feature as well. And somewhere along the way, it just fizzled. I don't know what happened to it.
It's out there in the world.
Yeah, it's like the idea is, I think, still on the table. I don't know, but that is a possibility.
Oh,
exclusive.
I would love that, and thank God you asked me that question, because I would love to see Timmy back. I think
Yeah.
Timmy brings a lot to the table with
Mhm.
Cosmo and Wanda, and I would love to see like not I don't think they're mad at each other, but I would love to see their interaction as well.
Yeah.
Like seeing their Hispalia parents for like the first time in
Yeah.
years, you know?
Yeah.
It would I would cry, I feel like, because of how
Oh.
Tara's voice is and like Hazel's voice and then Cosmo and
Yeah.
Wanda's. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that would just like I think that would be like probably the end of me. I would probably just go. Like, it would be cute to see, but I feel like an action packed like James Bond type episode, I feel like that would
Fun.
be a good way to bring him back because I feel like that's the only way you could.
Sure.
Unless you bring him back like in a Lost episode, like he just finds his way back to Cosmo and Wanda
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something like that. But I feel like, he's a little badass, Timmy, and
Yeah.
Hazel's badass too.
Well,
So
can be. Yeah.
those two together, I think they would make a great team.
Yeah. Yeah. Very
But,
fun.
but yeah, so if you need me to write the episode,
Available.
I can come to Los Angeles in a heartbeat and work with you.
I love it. Yes. I'll
Um,
keep that in mind.
yes. But I know we're getting close to the end of the show, but we were talking about voice acting in the beginning and how you started your career, and I want to be a voice actor. So anybody out there is watching this, my final question to you is, if anybody out there is listening or watching, whatever you're doing right now, you could be sitting on your couch eating chips, it's Saturday, who cares?
Yeah.
What is that one piece of advice you can give that boy, girl, man, lady that wants to become a voice actor but doesn't know how to do it, or they're stepping to it but they don't really know how to go about it, if that makes sense?
Sure. Yeah. My advice for them would be to first decide what kind of voice actor you want to be, because there are many different kinds of voice acting. There's, you could do animation, which is what I do. You could do commercial voice acting. You could do narrating. You could do announcer voice acting. You could do anime. You can do, dubbing. There's all kinds of different style, areas of voice acting, and they're all different. So, kids animation is also going to be totally different from adult animation, so really just focusing on what kind of voice actor you want to be. First, before that, I should say, before deciding that, take acting classes. I think that really helps. Voice acting is acting. I went to school for theater. Like I said, I did sketch and improv. I took all the classes, get into classes. Improv especially is great too, for just being off the cuff and getting out of the body and getting out of the lines and getting out of the script and just really getting into character. There's classes for that, so yeah, take classes, get into voice acting, acting, get into improv, then decide what kind of voice actor you want to be. Then go online and just start researching and, getting educated about the way, the process for each. Find a class, look up classes. A lot of stuff is still remote right now, so anybody can join from anywhere. I'm teaching a class soon at Voice Tracks West, which is in Studio City. And anybody can log in, and join us virtually. So yeah, just, look up different classes, start taking those. Don't worry about getting a reel. Don't worry about booking anything. Just start having fun and exploring it. Once you start taking classes, then you can start, having fun with like creating a reel, a voiceover reel, or, recording some copy, some scripts, getting some scripts. You can record. Listen, when I started voice acting, I took one voice acting class for animation, and then I took one commercial animation class. And then one of those classes offered a reel as part of the class. So that's how I got my first reel. Guess how many times I used that reel?
Thousands.
Zero.
Oh, zero. Oh.
Because I created my own reel, based on just like auditions, past auditions that, stuff that had aired and that I could use, and I really felt like I was giving a great performance. I just used that and edited that together and used that as my reel. And how many times did I use that one?
Thousands.
Thousands of times. That's the one, and I ended up sending out. So I say that to say, don't rush and go out and spend thousands of dollars to get a reel made, with high production quality and all that. I don't think it's necessary. What's necessary is your performance, a good performance, a strong performance. And you can do that yourself at home. So that's my advice. Getting an agent is hard. That's the nature of the business. Don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer, but it can take a long time to get representation. So put on your hustler hat and DIY. Do it yourself. Get out there. Find the websites that you can submit yourself for jobs, find the stuff that you could be your own agent, make connections, take classes, send your reel out to people, let them know about your work and who you are and what kind of stuff you want to do. That's all the stuff that actually moves the dial, forward. Alexa, off. Sorry about that.
That's all right. We love Alexa. We love it.
She's always interrupting me.
Well, that's good. Now we have the steps. Now I'm going to go to Ashleigh. You got to teach a class in the New York area, so I can.
Oh. I'll be on the East Coast in November. If you want to come to DC.
For what?
Actually, I might be in New York towards the end of the year too. But you can just join the class. It's virtual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of the animation, even from Inside Out 2. Grace, her name is Grace. She's joining, and I love her.
Joining.
Is it with you?
Panel. Yeah.
Yeah, the panel.
That's for LA Comic Con.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get I feel like I'm like, my mind is just like.
There's a New York Comic Con coming up, I think. And I'm like, hey, why am I not going to that?
Yeah, I'll be there Sunday if you're coming.
Oh, it's this weekend?
No. It's October 16th through the 20th, I think, of October. Hey, come Sunday. So you could. I feel like Cosmo Wanda's not going to be to that one. What they're going is in November.
Yeah.
Rhode Island. They'll be at Rhode Island Comic Con.
They didn't tell me.
I know. I think it's Timmy going to be there.
Yeah. Oh yes. Okay. Tara.
Timmy, Cosmo, Wanda.
What?
And I think.
Excuse me?
Carlos is going to be there. Mr. Crocker.
Kidding.
And I think Sinjin, I think that's how you say it. I'm not too sure. The voice of him, D. Bradley Baker. They're all going to be in Rhode Island, November.
Oh, that's fun.
1st to the 3rd? Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Oh my God, you got to start doing cons, Ashleigh.
I know. What's up with that?
I know. Even Mr. Jones, I told him, Mr. Jones, I'm like, you gotta do some like cons so I can come meet you guys and support you guys.
I'll be at SplatCon in October, which is the new Nickelodeon convention.
Oh, what day?
I'll be there October.
SplatCon. I've heard of that, but I never.
It's October. Oh, hold on. 19th and 20th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's cool. Go and check it out on Instagram, SplatCon.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. Maybe
all the like OG Nickelodeon talent from like TV shows, animation, everything.
Oh wow! I might have to show up there and support you, Ashleigh.
Yeah, come meet me. Say hi.
I can say hi to you.
That's
a weekend, right?
yeah, it'll be my first time like doing a table and all that stuff.
Oh, that's dope. That's cool. And
I'm
pictures and
excited.
autographs and photos. Oh, look at you go, girl. I see you. I see you. But Ashley, we gotta end the show.
Oh no.
I know. It's terrible, I know.
Okay.
But I know you gotta go some places and I want you to get there.
Yeah, thank you.
But thank you so, so, so much.
Thank you. I have to say thank you so much because you truly just like light up my Instagram. Every time I open, I see you've commented or you've shared something. I'm like, what an angel. Like, thank you so much for your energy and your enthusiasm about this show and about all of the actors and all of us. Like, I can't even thank you enough. It's so appreciative. I'm like, we love you, and like we're so happy that we could touch people in the way that we have, hearts.
It is, and it's great to be back. I hope you guys come back, like I said, for season 2. I think you will, but I will stay tuned to your socials. Where can everybody find you on the social medias so everybody can stay updated with you?
I'm Ashleigh Crystal, ASHLEIGHCRYSTAL. And that's my Instagram, and on Twitter, I think it's pretty much the same, except the A is a little at symbol, yeah.
I will put all the links, guys, in the bio to go follow her. I follow her on both, so you gotta keep up with me. But one more before we leave. Where will you be next? What is your next journey? Where are you off to next? Can you say your other projects, or I know you can't really, but can you say what's happening?
There is a lot going on. Oh my gosh. There is a lot going on. I am writing. I'm currently writing a lot. Yeah, nothing I can share, but it's like I'm working on truly like three, 4 projects currently.
Oh wow. Animation projects or live action also?
All animation.
Oh, okay. If you need somebody, Ashley, I'm right here.
Thank you so much.
I can tell you my life in New Jersey. We can have a whole.
Send me your sample. Your writing sample. And your voiceover reel once you have it.
I got you. But Ashley, thank you so much for coming on the Scevoli X Worst show. You're the second guest on this show.
What?
Yes. Mr. Jones was on the first episode. What? Well, I had people on the show. Don't worry. I had people on the old show, the show. So I had people on, but you're the second guest on the new creation of my show.
Exciting. Look at Fairly Odd Parents representing.
I know.
I love that. You should just make it a whole Fairly Odd Parents show, and not just.
I know. I think that, but this show is all animation now. So this show is like voice actors that are upcoming. Cosplayers of like the X-Men, Star Wars, everything's still Fairly Odd Parents, Danny Phantom, So I love all animation. So this is like an animation show, but I was like, my 2 favorite things are Star Wars and X-Men, so I was like the X-Wars show. So I was like, I'll just do that. And my last name is awesome. So,
yes. Scevoli.
Yeah.
Scevoli in the building.
Yes. So
that. You should have my friend Isaac Robinson Smith on. He's in X-Men, the new
one. Just so you know, a little exclusive, let's do the exclusive. He will actually be on the show tomorrow.
Oh my.
I love Isaac.
Great. You're gonna love him. He's the best.
He's another one of my favorite voice actors because he does Bishop, one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
So when you said that,
I said hi.
I will. I'll tell him tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just so excited to have all these guys on my show, and I hope to have you on the show again in the near future.
Thank you. Yes, back.
Yes, please come back with all the Wells family, like we were talking before the show.
Yeah.
But
We
yes,
can do
so
a Thanksgiving special with the Wells family.
oh, and we'll sit
And we
down,
can
have
get
a real
AJ on too. AJ Beckles. He plays Anthony.
Yes, I've been trying. I've been reaching out, but nothing yet. I've been reaching
I'll
out.
text him.
Yes, text him to answer me. Come on.
Yeah, I'll say Scevoli's trying to get in touch with you.
Like, come on, get with the program, people.
Yeah.
Get with the program. But Ashleigh, thank you so much again for coming on the show. I will put all the links in the bio, guys, so you guys can follow her, support her like I do. So, guys, be kind to one another. Make sure you guys subscribe down below to the YouTube channel, The Scevoli X Wars Show. We have so much more to come on this show with more voice actors, like I said, a little exclusive, Isaac Robinson Smith, right? Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Because it's so long, and I was like, I'm just going to call it. Bishop will be on the show later. I'll just say later because he'll be on. And then I will have Sunspot on Guy Augustine, who plays the voice of Sunspot on the X-Men 97. And more voice actors. Probably Mrs. Wells will be on the show also later this year. And a lot more coming, a lot more coming.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for watching the show. Be kind to one another, and may the force be with you, my friends. Always. Hazel, can you get us out of here? Can you say a line from Hazel Wells?
Here goes something.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.